Pedro, I like your background.
Thank you so much. I'm on the grounds of the legislature.
That's good.
It's narrow, thick and talking flat, but against they eat fish and cook these together. You from the other side, on this side we can stay things together. Let's come together, maintain the peace. Liberia is all we have. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, and hello, everybody, wherever you are around the globe. This morning, this is 2A Radio. We are broadcasting from Pennsylvania, the United States of America. And of course, my co host is in Minnesota this morning. And today we have a bit of full house. We have correspondent from Masorati County, that is the capital of Liberia, Monrovia, and we have a correspondent from Grand Bassa County. This morning we have a series of issues to be debated. We have Ty Garnett from Grand Bassa and Shadrach Destiny Brown from the legislative branch of the Liberian government. And also we have Abraham O'Colly, who is also stationed in Masorati County, Monrovia, to be specific. Gentlemen, welcome to 2A Radio.
Thank you so much. Indeed, I'm glad to be on this.
Okay, that's good. So we start with Ty. Ty, how is Grand Bassa this morning?
Well, it's very Sunday. The sunshine started as early as 7:30, so it's a very Sunday Thursday here in. Specifically, I joined this conversation from, and it's good to be on this network this morning, bringing the world up to speed with training happenings in and about Grand Bassa County.
Okay, that's good. We heard that there was some stakeholder workshop. Can you tell us something about that this morning?
Yeah, and NIM being one of the very proactive youth organizations in Liberia, held the stakeholders dialogue with about 20 media practitioners from counties across the country. The 5 counties include Bomain, Same, Maggie, Riverside, and Grand Bassa counties. And the stakeholders workshop was solely intended to bring media practitioners up to speed with their reportage and monitoring and investigation of concessionaires across the country. And one of the lead facilitator, media veteran Frank Singwola, informed journalists that that they learn more about voting issues affecting concessionaires in Liberia, because we should not forget, however, that these concessionaires that come to the country, they are intended to make profit the businesses they do. And so there are systematic approaches in investigating their workings, and also there are means through which they can be monitored. Don't forget that we have the Liberia Extractive Industry Transparent Initiative that also serves as an umbrella over concessionaires across the country. So he thought to bring media practitioners up to speed with their started gathering information and reporting to concessionaires across the country. And it was a colorful year ended on study some of the participants of that stakeholders dialogue thank NIMOT that had its support from the USAID. Thank them so much for such an initiative, and they've been able to learn new style of how to engage across the country. And they also in easing the stress they always treat that you have training stories about, but getting to those companies to get the actual facts is somehow challenging if you do not have the skills and the technical know-how as a media practitioner. So many of the participants actually stated that the media dialogue was indeed a great help to them.
Okay, that's good. And secondly, we have an issue that has to do with the president's visit. We heard that the president visited Grand Bassa. Is that true? And what was the outcome of the visit?
Yes, the president did pay a 3-hour visit to Grand on Saturday, and the purpose of that visit was to launch the Kinon, the motorized Kinon. It's an HO problem where we find our fishermen going on it on sea, and they use pedals, to move their canoes fishing. But in this modern dispensation, the president thought it very prudent enough that there's a need that they improved the production of fishermen by making their canoes priced, and so 420 engines for canoes not given to individuals. Those motorized Kinon engines were given to cooperative that will in turn find fishermen to present those motorized engines to. But the president informed us that those engines were at his 2019 visit to Japan, where after discussion with a grant that was signed last week, the beginning of last week, by the government of Liberia and the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Corporation. And so he informed Liberians that more work done when it comes to what he intends to do for this country and Grand Bassa County. But it was a very colorful event attended by a lot of stakeholders, including the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, head of Additional Council of Elders and Chiefs, and the Legislative Caucus of Grand Bassa County, and a lot of other stakeholders were part of the occasion.
One would wonder what did the county officials tell the president? Issues arising from the county. Was there any report to the president?
Well, the issues that was to do with the increment, the rapid increment in the price of fish on the Liberian market. So the head of the Legislative Caucus, Honorable Vincent Tinisiwede, called on fishmongers and fishermen to understand that once their energy to fishing will be minimized, they should also consider the cost of fishes on the Liberian market. And so that was one of the issues stressed by the county leadership that had made the presentation of those motorized Kinon engines. The fisherman or the fishing community as an umbrella institution should consider a reduction in the prices of on the Liberian market. That was a pardon call from the Grand Bassa County Legislative Caucus.
Okay, we'll follow up on those developments. We also got issue that has to do with climate change. Was there anything that happened in Grand Bassa?
Pardon?
Climate change. Do you have something to do with climate change this week in Grand Bassa County?
We talk about climate change tomorrow, which will be the start of the week. Raise a name and site focus for climate change, headed by its Chief Executive Director, Matthew Reeves. They will be on tomorrow. launching a 24-hour reality action issues affecting climate change in Liberia. When we spoke with Matthew Rees, he informed us that it is important that we conserve climate change as a key issue to be considered in Liberia, particularly when it comes to our farming activities. Was following change, some of them their HO farming is still with them, and so the time they bring their farm in time past, it may not be the same time now. So on tomorrow, they are launching a day-long reality action talking about the effect of climate change and educating Nigerians, particularly farmers, on the effect of climate change. But it was also mentioned that no matter what, it is important that Liberians in totality consider some of those issues that are affecting the climatic conditions, talking about depletion of the ozone layer as a result of carbon monoxide gases. And those are some of the things that they will be stressing on tomorrow. So tomorrow there will be a day-long reality action plan on climate change. It has been disclosed by the CEO of Focus on Climate Change, Matthew.
Okay, Tad, we thank you so much for those reports. We will follow up on those events that are unfolding in Liberia. Indeed, climate change is a concern, is a global concern. So, but we will continue to follow up that development on tomorrow, and we hope that you will be able to give us more detail. For now, let's go to what is happening at the legislative seat of the Liberian government. We have Shadrach Destiny Brown, our correspondent. Shadrach, good morning.
Good morning, and let me say good morning to our many listeners in the diaspora and Liberia that are following us via this medium.
Okay, you are at the Capitol building. What is happening?
Definitely, there are a series of issues that are unfolding as I speak to you. One is about the breaching of the liberalization policy that gives Liberians the right to those local petty businesses, the contracts from government. But as I speak to you, the legislature, the entire building will be renovated, but the contract has been given to an Indian national by the name of Ali, and he owns the BMC, that's the Building Material Center within Monrovia. And we got in touch with the chairperson on Rules Order Administration at the level of the House of Representatives that awarded the contract to this Indian businessman. According to Councillor Gweglo, he is the representative of District 9 in Nima County. Councillor Gweglo told us that a bidding was done, and with this bidding, that's how Ali, who happens to be the Indian Liberian businessman, won the contract. And my follow-up question to him was, but why is it we didn't prioritize our own Liberian brothers and sisters by the Liberalization Act that was being passed by the legislature? And for that, I was being referred to Representative Marvin O of District 2, Bon County, who is the co-chair on Rule Orders and Administration. So I then went there. I asked him, he also reserved comment because he said that the contract has already been awarded. So with this issue is a complete indication that Liberians have been marginalized in being given job to carry on renovation of major public buildings within Liberia.
Shadrach, is there any concern from the Liberia Business Association on this matter?
Definitely, there have been a lot of concern, not only about this renovation of the Capitol building, even the executive mansion that is ongoing renovation as I speak to you, opposite the Capitol building. Now there have been a lot of concern being raised. It has been given to foreigners. So with those issues, there are a lot of burning issues. The last time I did a follow-up with the Assistant Minister for Logistics at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister Emmanuel Porter, who said that he met this contract and this contract cannot be cancelled. This contract was being given to international partners by the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf past administration. So with this issue of Liberian business owners or Liberian businesses complaining about not going ahead with the liberalization policy not being implemented by those we consider to be the lawmakers and the implementers of the law, it is an affront to them, according to them.
Okay, we will follow up on that issue. And what is the next trending issue in the Capitol building?
The Capitol building, as we speak to you, the legislature a week ago resumed their special ordinary session. You know, it is a customary practice that they work for 9 months from January to August. So they were being recalled by the executive branch of government to actually come and work on some of those key issues, ratifications of concessions agreement and laws that were being passed in the past and that have been expired. So because of this, they were being recalled by the executive branch. But within the press conference, the president pro tempore of the Liberian Senate, Senator Albert, who is from Grand Crew County, the council of Liberia President George Weah, told the press that they themselves called themselves back for this special ordinary sitting. But it is a customary practice that whenever they are calling themselves, there should be resolution signed, a two-tier resolution signed. If, like for example, two-tier from the House of Representative would be about 65 persons who should sign and fix their signature to that document. From the Liberian Senate, they are 30 in numbers. They should have at least 20 persons or 23 persons to sign that document, but there were no resolution being signed. So this has been a serious issue that has been raised by the media. But what I said today, you tell us that you were being called by yourself instead of the executive. And with our investigation conducted, it was the executive that actually called them to carry on some ratification like the etc. method deal that is in the corridor yet to be passed. And we also talked about the ratification of some of those essential laws within the country.
Okay, we are hearing that $4 billion Liberian dollars supposed to be released anytime next month. Do you have any idea as to what the lawmakers are talking?
Well, what I know about, it has been alleged that for the seller method deal, lawmakers are demanding a certain portion of money. But first was that the first offer that was being put forth by the company was 50,000 United States dollars, allegedly now, plus one new pickup 4x4 hardback pickup for each of them. But according to our source, that particular offer was being rejected by the legislature, and they are demanding that the paper will serve as an evidence of the Liberian people that they receive bribe or they receive certain gift from this company to rectify that agreement. So they, according to our source within the legislature, that those lawmakers are requesting for at least 100,000 per person before it can be passed.
Okay, we hope that we get sufficient evidence or information on those information you just provided. But we hold you right there, except you have other things on your plate to discuss this morning.
And finally is that the Trumpet newspaper in recent time conducted a survey about the workings of Liberia past and current vice presidents. And the first female vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Joel Howard Taylor, did top the performance report with 85%, followed by former Vice President Joseph Yuman Braka with 60%, followed by former Vice President Dwayne the Chapter region in Ontario with 25%, Mose Blah with 10%, and one more number who got 7%. So far so good, and that statistics according to the guys who did the survey. That survey was in 8 counties: Bombing, Cape Mount, Bapolu, Mosorado, Magibi, Grand Bassa County. So in those counties, according to them, they spoke with marketeers, they spoke with school-going kids, and all of them spoke about the scholarship scheme of the vice president, the current vice president, Madam Joel Howard. She also run a local NGO called Joel Star, which is empowering children to go to school So she also gave some micro loan as part of her own initiative as a vice president. So based on that, the rating came out, and then she topped the vice president performance report within Liberia.
Okay, Shadrach, we will hold you right there. We have other
Performance
correspondent, but
report
we're
in
definitely going to
Liberia.
follow up
Okay,
those
Shadrach, we will hold you
information that
right
you
there.
just
We
provided
have
for us. At this time, we go to Abraham Colley. Abraham,
but
how
we
are
definitely
you, and what's going on from your end?
follow up those information that you just. We so Abraham Colley. Abraham, how are you? What's going on here?
I'm okay, Mr. Jensen. It's a pleasure again. Thank you so much. I'd like to say good morning to the librarians who are following us via this medium. And I mean, thanks to all of them. And this is where all of what they are, I mean, in need of hearing can be heard as well. So thank you so much.
Okay, give us an update. What is trending at your end?
All right. The issue of the health conditions in a specific part of the country, which is Monrovia, along the Somalia Drive, the Japanese Freeway, along the Bannersville end. The MSF Medical Health Center is currently lacking drugs, where staffers of the institution prescribe medicine on paper to give to patients so that they can go out and get. So they have been alarming those concerns that international partners, donors go to their aid because it will pay people who don't have the necessary resources to go to those advanced or probably those medical institutions that have the proper medication that will be able to treat people due to some finance constraint they go through at times. You know, so the hospital administration is seeking support from government officials, other partners out there in terms of providing medication or, drugs to the hospital so that Liberians who go there on a daily basis to seek medical attention, their concern can be addressed as well.
Okay, Abraham, I think the
Okay, I think
Pharmaceutical
the
Association of
Pharmaceutical
Liberia
Association of
should
Liberia
be able to
should be
come up
able
with
to
a statement
come up
in
with
those directions.
statements
So we
in those
probably would
directions.
need
So
to
we
follow up
probably
on
need to follow up
those
on
issues and get some
those
more
issues and
information
get some more
as to what is
information
happening
as to
between
what is happening
government-owned
between government-owned
control mechanism for
control
drug dealers
mechanism for
in
drug
that country.
dealers in that country.
But is there anything from your end
All
again?
Is there
right.
anything from your end again?
Now, yes, the issue of recent there was a student group on drugs enforcement group organized by some students who they went and petitioned the education, the chair on education at the upper house who was having to be Bon County Senator Prince Kamomoe in Bon County when they went for a review on education. Startup of the country where they petitioned the legislature through the office of the Bon County Senator to, to speak on the issue of drugs being a non-bailable crime in Liberia. And he took that petition to the House of Legislature. And then, according to him, there are some lawmakers who have affixed their signature to that document, but all are yet to adhere to it. And of recent, there was, a huge fight between drug dealers and community dwellers around the wildlife there, where an individual named, a resident of the community named Emmanuel Hoff produced, probably gave a apartment to an individual to rent, and then that individual is a drug addict. The chairman of the community have written the LDA office over and over and again, and they have refused to investigate the situation or probably go to arrest that identical individual who happen to be one Dare Road because that's a street name Dare Road. And then the concern have been raised around the place, and even community dwellers have taken the airway on flagging the issue that the DEA lacking of logistics or manpower as their communication director said in an interview the other time, there is need that all be done so that those who are engaged into those narcotic substances selling to people around the place, making the young people, those capable young people, those young people who are to impact the generation of the future, but yet and still they are around taking those substances. So the call have been made to the LDA that the commander himself that zero action be taken against those who are engaged into those businesses like selling those harmful substances around the community that will pose serious fear to various inhabitants within the surrounding.
Abraham, when it comes to drugs dealers, we have to get in contact with the Liberia National Police and get to probably find and do more
We have to get
reporting. All right, because that is very serious issues in Liberia, and so we have to talk to the Liberia National Police, and then you get to the drugs administrators within the Republic of Liberia, so that we can have detail on that report. Besides that, is that final word from you? Ibrahim, are you there? Okay, I think we have an internet problem with Abraham, so we go strictly to Langston Joe Wilson. Langston, how are you?
Yes, I'm trying to be good by God's grace.
Okay, welcome, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what is happening in Maryland?
The management of this
What is
platform.
happening in Maryland today? Has happened this one week?
Well, the biggest thing that is being talked about is this U.S. rate to the Liberian, dollars. As we speak currently, the U.S. $1 is trading around 140 Liberian dollars in county. So that means that if you used to buy something for $10 or $20 US, you need to ask some Liberian dollars only to have it, But take for instance, like currently we have the shortages of petroleum products in the county, and almost a gallon of gas is bought at about 10 United States dollars, because if you change $10, it gives you 1,450, and you will buy about 1,300 or 1,200 for a gallon of gas. So that is the biggest thing in the country right now. And in fact, in previous months, we carried $20 US to buy a 25-kilo bag of rice with a change of either 100 or 200, but currently you carry $20 US and add some Liberian dollars over it before you get a 25-kilo grains of bag, let's say grain bag of rice. So those are difficulties citizens of Maryland County are faced with.
Okay, so in Maryland County, you just gave for the economic situation. What about the is there any other issue that Marylanders had this week? Is there anything else that you have on your plate? Hello, Langston.
Okay, again.
I was asking you as to whether there is anything trading in Maryland County.
Well, this is the biggest situation we are faced with, and in fact, as we speak currently, the latest development is this electricity. The West African Power Pool, which is sponsored by the World Bank, coming from the neighboring Africa, has not been balanced because it's still in the hands of the contractors. A company, an Indian-run company called Alpha TND, is undertaking the implementation of the Plibo lead project on the LEC initiative. But what happens in the county is that there is a group headed by a Marylander who is named Wally Dennis. managing the current what is yet to be turned over to the government of Liberia. And there are a number of irregularities that the citizens are, complaining about concerning the instability of the current and the overcharging of fees, which they have begun with in previous years. Take, for instance, in 2020, they were able to charge per house per the number of LED bulbs, the number of freezers, and those.
Okay, we are sorry we have some internet problem this morning. This is 2A Radio. We are broadcasting from Pennsylvania, the United States of America. That was Langston Wilson. We just lost him from the line. So we have a pretty good day today, but we have problem with the internet. We hope those who are controlling the internet services in Liberia will do better than what we have. We don't know whether it's only because of our correspondent or that is the situation in Liberia. But again, we have with us two of the correspondents who are, I think, having strong internet services. One is in Grand Bassa County, and that of Mosawado, specifically the seat of the legislative branch. Shadrach, you keep. Do we have any final word from you?
Well, definitely. Let me just use this medium again to appreciate the founders and staff of this great institution. And from Liberia, we will always be available and we are to give you the update from the legislature. But most people don't understand the workings of the legislature from here. Liberia legislature operate two separate chambers. It's not a joint chamber or a single chambers like how other African nations are like. In West Africa, we have three countries that operate separate chambers: Liberia, Nigeria, and Malay. So with these situations, Liberia operates two separate chambers: the House of Representatives, for which we call the lower house, and the Liberian Senate, for which we call the upper house. So the both workings are different, but the House of Representatives are the one that passes bill and ratify and can be concorded with the Liberian Senate that is known as the House of Elders.
Okay, we're going to follow up on these things. We'll find a special time where you give us more detail as to how the legislative branch of the Liberian government works. But for now, we had with all Langston Joe Wilson. Langston, you were in speech. Hello, Langston, are you there? Okay, I think Langston is still having some problem. Let's go back to Todd. Todd, Grand Bassa. What is your final word?
Pardon?
Oh, we are sorry, our viewers. We're having some real serious internet problem today, but we hope that we can complete this program shortly. Todd, I was asking you, what is your final word from Grand Bassa County?
I would love to remind the citizens of Grand Bassa County, even those in the diaspora, that the much talk about district tournament ended successfully, and the Diamble boys of former Deputy Speaker Hans Bachu walked away with the trophy. And so that just to inform Basuans across the globe that Diamble District 1 is now the champion of the district tournament that will eventually lead to selecting players for the upcoming National County Sports Meet. And before I leave you this morning, I would love to re-emphasize what the Attorney General of Liberia said, the Minister of Justice, Councillor Frank Musa Dean, during the President's visit to Bassa, that we still have COVID-19 cases in Liberia, but Liberians should overly observe those health protocols outlined by the Ministry of Health. And so I want to add my voice to that of the Minister of Justice, that the Ministry of Health have now come up with the National Public Health Institute of Liberia to inform us that we are COVID-19 free. So the war against COVID-19 continues, and we must remain preventive. But it has been a wonderful time. Hope to bring you up to speed with more happiness in and about Grand Bassa County up next Monday. But it has been a wonderful time. Though I'm not faring too well, but this is duty call.
Yeah, okay, we wish you well. We hope before Monday, God grace will be on you, but we will talk thereafter. I'll give you a call thereafter. Thank you so much this morning, Todd. It was nice having you again. Shadrach, is like you are the one stealing the show this morning with a very good internet service. Because we having Langston is having some problem, and then we have Abraham Colley. Abraham, hello, Abraham. Do you have a final word?
My final word to Liberians out there is that we remain peaceful, we remain kind. The love should exist amongst, us as Liberians. The issue of COVID-19, we should not take the awareness or take the prevention and preventive measure as for joke. We should always venture into it because the life you save, it will be your relative, it will be your family, it will be your loved one as well. It will be, someone closer to you. So the part of COVID-19 should be key in a society that all Liberians should adhere to all measures being prescribed by the Ministry of Health in line with the Public Health Institute of Liberia. And I'd like to say congratulations to everybody who follow us. And this is where all of what you need can be heard, and keep following the 2A online radio and television station because we'll be here another time with another attractive information to inform our public out there. Thank you so much, Mr. Jensen. It was a pleasure for talking to us this morning from Liberia.
Okay, Abraham Colley, thank you so much. We will talk to you later. And yes, Shadrach, I was saying that you have the best internet service today, and you were talking about the legislative branch of government. I liked your background, but before we leave you, we just wanted to give you your final word.
Okay, again, let me appreciate all of you for the time and the platform being created. Indeed, we are here in Liberia and Liberians in the diaspora. As the matter of fact, I hail from Bombing County, the county of the former Liberian president, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and the former Speaker of the 52nd and 53rd National Legislature, Honorable Jenaka Ellis Tyler. So indeed, we are happy. We'll always be filling you in as we investigate more stories. Tomorrow, I will be making my way to Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County as well to give you exact happenings about the Asala Meta story or the deal that is before the legislature.
Okay, I hope that you will be able to get in contact with Ty so that your visit, the two of you can be able to, since the two of you are corresponding on this platform, we want to hear from the two of you on the Asala Matter and whatever discussion is going to take place. Once again, it was a pleasure having you guys on 2A Radio, and we hope to bring a brand new edition on Monday, where we hope that we have a stronger internet service. Today was not one of the best days we had. There's too many trouble. We have Langston had trouble with the internet service, but we hope that on Monday we will have a better service with 2A Radio. So guys, thank you so much for being here. We hope that stay safe and guide yourself, and make sure you stay away from trouble.
Thank you so much.
Okay. It was nice being with you guys. Okay, this is 2A Radio. We've been broadcasting from Pennsylvania, United States of America. And of course, we have our co-host who is farther in Minnesota, Patient Blay Ato. Once again, we had Todd Garnett. We have Abraham Todd Garnett from Grand Bassa County. Abraham Colley is from Mosavado County, Morovia, the seat of the Liberian government, or the capital city of Liberia. Also, we have Langston Joe Wilson. He's from Maryland County, and we hope that Langston will talk to him next Monday, and he will give us an update of what is happening in Maryland County. Further, we had our brand new brother today, who was Shadrach. Shadrach just left us. He's reporting from the Capitol building. This has been 2A Radio, and we hope to join us next Monday. And of course, this is Inside Liberia. Until Monday, have a pleasant day.